Okay, the taste of a thick and juicy steak is hard to beat, but grilling outside in the cold, not really my favorite thing to do. And that's why we have a real rancher here, Tuck. He owns Rugby Scott Ranch Provisions. He's going to show us how to make delicious dishes that do not require grilling. Tuck, this is huge.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I gotta be honest with you, I can't really complain about grilling outside in the cold because I make my husband do it. But I still think he would prefer another option. So can you share more about what Rugby Scott is, where you guys are located, all of that?
Yeah, so Rugby Scott, I'm a fifth generation rancher. We've been doing this since 1884. Wow. We've got 2 retail locations here in town, Bonnie Brae area down at Orchard University, another one opening up at 41st and Tennyson here in the next about 6 weeks. We are vertically integrated. We own all the ranches, we own all the cattle, the genetics, going through raising them the right way and bringing them to the public.
Amazing, and we're seeing video right now too of what you guys do and what you offer. This is amazing. So what do you offer from the ranch? What can we get? What can we buy from you?
Yeah, so you can walk in the store. We have our American Wagyu, we have our Black Angus, our Caribou pork, Mangalisa pork. We have our Colorado lamb that we raise also here in Colorado. We have every single cut of the animal. So when you walk in, you can experience different items versus typically you go to a regular grocery store or butcher shop and they're going to have a ribeye, New York strip, filet, and that's really all they have. For us, we own the entire animal, so we have every single cut. You want Korean short ribs, you want flank, skirt, tri-tip, briskets. We're able to give you that, and then we also make a lot of different items with our Wagyu and Mangalisa, our hot dogs, our brats, summer sausage, a lot of fun stuff.
Amazing. That is incredible. My mouth is actually watering, and I hear that tongue is kind of your thing, right?
Yeah. I am a big heart and tongue. Growing up, my dad taught me how to make it, and it's just something I really love to eat and to make.
That's incredible. You know, I did dabble a little bit, especially in the organs while I was pregnant. I heard it was really good for you, and I cannot get enough of getting a little bit of that nutrient when when it comes to actually eating some of these steaks. Now, let's talk about Rugby Scott livestock. They're raised with care. Tell me about how they're raised and what that means to you guys.
Yeah, we've been doing this since 1884. So we focus on regenerative land management. We know exactly what our animals eating, the water sources in through there. With that regenerative land management, making sure that we're rotating pastures, also no hormones, no antibiotics, giving a very clean product for the public to consume.
Huge. That is so big, and it makes you feel good about eating meats that are taken well care of. That is so huge. Now, we talked about making dishes that don't require a grill. We got to get into that. Tell me more about that. Let's do it.
So we've got a couple of options here. So one of my favorite ones to do is the cast iron skillet.
Okay.
Go through, get it hot. Usually takes about 5 to 8 minutes. We have our smoked Wagyu beef tallow that we recommend using. It's a higher melting point, so that's where you'll get that sear. Recommend about 2 minutes each side, and then roll it just a little bit, then take it off, put it on a wire rack, put it in the oven at about 400 degrees for 10 to 15 minutes. We recommend pulling it about 118 to 120, letting that rest for a good 5 to 10 minutes so all the juices absorb back in. So that's where you see here, we've sliced this, then we come over here on the plate side, we've cut that in half. That's gonna be perfect medium rare there.
Just how I like it.
Cast iron skillet is a very easy option. When it's cold outside, you don't want to go outside, don't want to be cold. You can do it inside. You can also make the burgers in the cast iron skillet as well. And that's where you'll see here also, this is kind of that before and after, right? This is our Wagyu New York strips. This is our Wagyu ribeyes and our Wagyu fillets.
Beautiful. Oh my goodness. And these, Tuck, are so amazing. And you said smoked tallow?
Yes, smoked tallow is something that we do at the shop. It just adds that next level flavor complexity in through there. And that's where also you'll see kind of what we have here today. We've got a lot of sauces, seasonings, salts. We've got a whiskey mustard that we make in-house. A pickled Kewpie mayo as well. So really giving people more options to add to the steak, to the burger, not just the meat in the shop.
That is nuts. And you had me at, you said whiskey mustard?
Yes, whiskey mustard we make with Mile High Spirits, which is a local distillery here in town. We make that with their whiskey. We also do a beer cheese with Westbound and Down as well. So we like incorporating local companies into the products that we're making.
Yeah, Tuck, you are speaking my language right now. Actually, I just pulled out a couple of steaks from the freezer this morning. That's what we're having for dinner tonight, and I'm kind of like, we might need to toss those and come get some from you instead.
Come get some of the Wagyu steaks.
Right, 100%. I want to talk a little bit about this burger too, because this looks incredible. You said we can do this on the skillet as well?
Yeah, you can do it on the skillet.
Yeah.
The biggest thing is using that smoked tallow. If you don't have the tallow, that's fine. I recommend a high heat point. So olive oil typically doesn't do a good job, doesn't get hot enough. Butter typically will burn over 400 degrees.
Right.
So avocado oil, if you have that at home, you can use that. But that's why we have small containers of that tallow to go, so that you can cook it, your eggs, your bacon, a lot of different things.
Yeah, and good for you. You can't go wrong. I love that. Before I let you go, I need to ask about the classes, because you guys offer classes and other fun stuff. Can you tell us more about that too quickly?
Yeah, so what we're working on is helping people learn how to cook, how to do this at home. We're going to be coming out with some stuff online as well over the next few months to help people with recipes, learning how to cook, and then also what goes well with a wine, with a whiskey, different things like that. We've got some partnerships in the works right now that we're going to be doing some pretty cool classes.
Amazing. Tuck, I cannot wait to come visit you guys. I want to dive in. This is so incredible. Thank you so much for coming and sharing more.
Thank you for having us.
Of course. And you guys, you can visit Rugby Scott and make a meal to remember. They have those 2 locations that Tuck told us about. That's Bonnie Brae and Greenwood Village, with that new one coming in about 6 weeks. For more information, you can order and go to rugbyscott.com.